Hi, I'm Dave, and welcome to Old Dad Studio. This is vlog number. I have to think about this now because it doesn't. My vlogs don't match the days of the month anymore. So let's see. This would be vlog 33. This is February 2nd. It's the Sunday. If you're watching this right away when it gets released, you're actually watching it on Monday the next day because I do them one day and release them the next. So that's how all the dates and all the vlogs and everything are working. Anyway, so thank you for being here. I appreciate everybody here. I see we've picked up a couple more subscribers. So to the new subscribers, thank you very much. That's fabulous. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. I really do appreciate that. And we'll see where we can go now in the month of February. If we were to triple the number of subscribers in February, we would go from 15 to 45, where in January I went from 5 to 15. So who knows, maybe the trend will continue, maybe it won't, but we will see what happens this month. Now, we haven't talked about a lot of AI stuff the last few days. I've been talking about other things. And one of the things that did happen while I haven't really been focusing or talking about AI is OpenAI released their O3 mini model, which is supposed to have advanced reasoning. So it's a little bit more than what ChatGPT has. It's one step up from that. I have not played with it at all yet, so I can't really express any opinion on it or have any experience to share with it. As I do, then I will share some more. The ultimate goal for AI is to get to AGI, which is artificial general intelligence. And once AI gets to that, then that's considered that it can think much more closely like a human can think, or much closer to what a human does. Grammar, who needs it, right? Once we reach AGI, or that artificial general intelligence, then the next steps for AI would be to work on things like emotional intelligence, ethical decision making, expanding its creativity. So all of those things are yet to come. So we have a long way to go, long path ahead of us for artificial intelligence. Although the speed of technology, right? It seems to go faster and faster and faster all the time. And I know there's not a theory. There's like a formula or something that talks about the speed of technical advancement, and I am totally drawing a blank. It's a Sunday. Give me a break. I'm just my brain is numb today. It's the weekend. I'm trying to disconnect, but I did want to get a vlog in for today. So anyway, back to AI topic. O3 Mini is released. It's free, so I would encourage folks to go out and take a look at it. This is an OpenAI product, not a product of DeepSeek, which is the Chinese company. So this is the American company, if you're not familiar with AI. And since it's free, everyone should give it a try and give it a whirl, see how it goes. With the AI news platforms that I follow, one of the things that seems to be a current theme amongst all of them is that OpenAI released this, and they released it as a free model in direct competition to what's happening with DeepSeek. So they're seeing DeepSeek as a threat. They needed to respond. They released this as a free tool for folks to use, and it is now out there. So I would encourage folks to use it and see what you could possibly do with AI if you haven't used it already. It is becoming much more common across the board in all industries at this point as well. On a little bit of a side note, one of the other creators that I follow, and I've mentioned him before here, is Nate, and I'll make sure I put a link down below to his TikTok channel. He might have a YouTube as well, maybe. I don't know, I'll have to take a look and see. I usually see him on TikTok, because that's when I'm mindlessly scrolling at night or whatever. I happen to come across him, but I really like his take on AI, and he's very intelligent, knows a lot about AI things. I have learned a ton from him just listening to him put out his content. But one of the things that I found was interesting today when I was scrolling through the TikToks and found him. Oh my God, did I sound like a really old person? When I was scrolling through the TikToks today. I am a grandpa. I was gonna say I sounded like an old grandpa there, but I guess I am a grandpa, so I guess I am an old grandpa. Anyway, when I was flipping through TikToks, and I happened to come across Nate's today, and he was saying that one of the things that he's encouraging people to do, and he does himself, is to keep a handwritten journal. And he only does a few lines of journaling a day. And I don't keep a journal. I have kept an electronic journal at times where I've tried to keep it like a daily journal and write some things down. I've never gotten to the point where I've done it habitually, right? All the times. I've done it in small sprints where, like I said, for this month I'm going to journal, and I've been able to do that. But over the long period of time, I haven't. However, his point was we are going through a really major shift right now in how we do things, especially creatively, where in the past everything was done human brain and groups of people doing things together, and we were coming up with a creative. And now everything is shifted or has shifted, where we're using AI to help us brainstorm things and put creative content together and do all kinds of things with AI as a partner in that process. And while we're doing that, one of the things that he's encouraging folks to do is just to keep a daily journal of how things are changing and how they used to be. So when we get 10, 15, 20 years down the road, we'll be able to come back and look at that and go, this is how it used to be. This is how we used to have to do this, because the shift will happen fast. And having some documentation that we can go back and look on and say, hey, this is how we used to do it. And just a very interesting time capsule type of documentation that we would have for ourselves and for our family and for anybody that we want to share with. I thought it was a fantastic idea. I don't know. I might give it a try. It's one of those things that I struggle to journal every single day unless I'm really making it intentional. It's not one of those things that I really love to do. I know some people are just like, oh, I love to journal and it energizes me, and I'm not one of those. So I might try it for a short period of time, or maybe I'll fire up one of my electronic journals again and just do some typing. I type better than I write. But we'll see. Anyway, I thought it was a great idea, so I thought I would share it here. More traction that we can get around that idea, I think, would be fantastic. And so I want to make sure I source that to Nate, not myself, and go ahead and look in my description for a link to Nate's information as well if you're looking for other creatives around the AI space that you would like to follow. All right. Other than that, I think. Quick update. Yesterday's vlog. If you watched yesterday's vlog, and I can put a pin. Now I forget which side it will show up on. One of these two sides, a pin will appear. For yesterday's vlog, we talked about some goal setting for the month of February. And so today we're working on some of our finances and reviewing that, and going to set some goals around that as we work through that process. I have started the squats, although I haven't made my chart yet. And today's not a work day, so I'm not going to do it as focused on the weekends as I'm going to do it during the work day and the work week. My goal for the squats is I'm going to do 10 at the top of every single hour of my work day. So I start my work day, and I'm in Central Time in the United States, so I start my work day at 7 a.m. and I finish my work day at 4 p.m. So that would be 90 tops of the hour, starting at 7 going to 4. And so if I do 10 a piece, I would do 90 squats during the day, which right now to me seems like a really, really lot. I mean, I can do 10 squats pretty easily, but I would imagine by the end of the day, tomorrow, if I start doing them every single top of the hour, we'll see how far I get. I'm going to make my chart. Maybe I'll make a PDF of it and make it available. I'll have to see if I can do that, figure out somehow to make that sourceable so I can share it. Anyway, so I'm going to make the chart. I'll share my chart with folks so you can see what I'm doing. And that'll be one of my other fitness goals, along with setting up our home gym. So anyway, so that has started today. We're working through some of that goals, getting all that stuff set up for this month. We already have enacted the almost no eating out policy, because our eating out budget, or not even budget, our eating out expenses had blown away our eating out budget, which is probably one of the easiest areas of our budget to tame, because we have some fixed costs and other things that we have worked into our budget where we say every single month we're going to spend this much doing X, Y, and Z. And then the ones that fluctuate in there are the ones that we're going to be targeting. And eating out of those fluctuating budget items is the biggest one that we have, and the one that we always blow. So that's the one that we're going to focus on the most and see if we can reduce that down. Eating at home is so much healthier, and it is so much less expensive. Sometimes it just takes a little bit of work. And the other thing with eating at home that I will share, and just on a personal note, I don't like to cook. I'm not somebody who's like, I'm going to go in the kitchen and and if you don't know, that was I'm sorry. That was a really old reference. That was my impersonation of the Swedish chef from the Muppet Show. So if you know, you know. If you don't, sorry. That was it was just an old man being silly at that point. If you don't know who that was. Um, However, I don't enjoy cooking. I will cook when I have to, and I'll cook when I need to. I think I could do an okay job cooking, but I am not somebody who finds creativity in the kitchen, right? I'm not like I'm going to go in there and create this fantastic meal. My wife is. My wife is an amazing cook, and she's one of those ones who has like a recipe as a guide and then sprinkles everything else in there and makes this a fantastic, amazing meal. And they're always healthy, or healthier than what I make. Uh, so hopefully, as we get on our dietary goals, then we'll have some more healthy food to eat because we're not eating out so much. That's one of the goals as well. And those two kind of tie together. Anyway, and now I'm rambling. So I think I'm going to end it right there. So that's it. That's the vlog for today, Sunday, February 2nd, the 33rd vlog in the series. And if you are following along, I guess I will see you tomorrow.